Right. So this is March 2022 paper, but I extracted only the algebra question because that when we consider the whole paper, so then there was a there always every year when we analyze it, so then so many questions are from the algebra, especially chapter 11, 12, 13, factorizing, algebraic equations and quadratic equations. So those areas were there most of the time. Therefore, I thought to extract all these algebra related questions, and so I'm planning to discuss this. And that when you have this kind of question, two brackets, and you know in paper 2 that you are not writing answer on the paper itself. What you do? You take the line papers and you write your answers. When you are writing your answers, that it is on the line papers, you have enough space, and it is compulsory to show all of your steps as much as possible, right? So then here I will write hope all of you found this paper, March 2022, and go to this question. So then we'll see how you can write the answers, right? So then here that you put the question number, and after that you write the answer. That here we have part 1. You write part 1 here, and then you write the question 3 plus C, and the second bracket 4 plus D. The most important thing, transfer in the correct question to your line papers. Otherwise, you write something else and get the answer, but the paper, it was something else. So you double check 3 plus C and 4 plus D. Yes, that is correct. And you know what to do. You don't want to show the arrows like this in the exam, but I'm just showing you. So to clarify, 3 times 4, it is 12, right? So then the next one is 3 times D, it is 3D. Okay, so then the next step, C times 4, it is 4C. Okay, and then the C times D, it is CD. Okay, like this. So then what you see that 3 times 4, 12, 3 times D, 3D. 4 times C, 4C, C times D, CD. Now, we can't add any of these numbers or the algebraic terms because they are not like. You have to just keep it as it is, right? That you don't have anything to do. You just keep them as it is. So then we will move to, then you go down, or else if you have space, you can use this space. You put the question number, and there you have the part A. The part A, they have mentioned 3A plus 2B to the power 2. When you have something like this, what you want to do? First, you show this with 2 brackets, right? So always that I told you, when it comes to the paper 2, you just show the workings. Now here, when you are multiplying Pute, that if you can't do them in mind, you can write here. That you can write 3A times 3A, what it is. It gives me 9A squared. Then 3A times 2B. So how do you write 3A times 2B? So it is 6AB. 6AB. Then I have 2B times 3A. So again, it is 6AB. Then 2B times 2B, it is 4B squared. Now we do have like terms 6AB, 6AB. When you add them together, that becomes 12AB. And here I have 9A squared plus 12AB plus 4B squared. And always after writing, I will double check whether I have done the correct thing. 3A plus 2B squared, yes, that is the question. And I wrote the 2 brackets. 3 times 3, 9. A times A squared. 3 times 2, 6. A times B, AB. Right? So then the 2 times 3, 6, and B times A, again AB. Then the 2 times 2, 4, b times b squared, then I have 4b squared. 6ab and 6ab, they are like terms, therefore I can add them, that becomes 12ab. So then I conclude my answer, 9a squared plus 12ab plus 4b squared. So in the same question, I have another subpart. So then I write the question number. That is very important, right? Part 2b. So there what I have, a minus b squared. So then how I'm going to write it? A minus b, right? And then I have a minus b. So then I do one by one. A times a squared. A times b, negative ab. B times a, again negative ab. Negative b times negative b, that becomes positive b squared. So then you have negative ab, negative ab. You should understand negative ab means pute negative 1 ab. Now when you have negative 1, we know negative 2 ab. So then how I'm going to conclude this? So then I write a squared minus 2ab plus b squared, right? I had negative ab, that becomes negative 2ab. So then I conclude my answer, a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So then we will move to the third part. Don't worry, I will share this answer script with you later after the class. Therefore, don't worry about that. So then no need to, don't be hurried to write down the answers. At this moment, try to understand how the teacher is writing the answers. See how I have used the bracket. See how I have used the equation marks. And when I want to add the like term, see how I'm doing it. And that when you look at this is my answer script. See how neat it is and how clear it is. So then your answer script also should be like this. So that is what I wanted to show you. And whatever the number of questions you are doing, and always it should be a neat work, it should be a clear work, and always with the correct question numbers. Now here I started 2a. I can just put it as b, but which b? 2b, right? And then when I'm doing the next one also, I write the same way, that here 2c. Right, that I'm going to do 2c now. In 2c, I have the 2x plus 3, 2x plus 3, and then I have x minus 2, right? Always what I'm doing, Pute, I'm just looking at the paper. Now you have the paper with you on the exam day. You have the paper. So then you can write down those two brackets. Looking at the paper, first you write the question carefully. So then the 2x times x, it is 2x squared. Okay. 2x times negative 2, it is negative 4x. 3 times x, it is 3x. And positive 3 times negative 2, it is negative 6. And again, I have the like terms. Negative 4, positive 3, it is negative 1x. So then I rewrite my answers, 2x squared minus, normally we don't write that 1x. Either you can write negative 1x or you can write just negative x and negative 6. I double check my answer. 2x times x, 2x squared. 2x times negative 2, negative 4. 3 times x, 3x. So then 3 times negative 2, negative 6. So then the negative 4 and positive 3, it is negative 1x. So this is the answer. Then I will move to part 3. Part 3, you want to do mindfully because that you have 3 brackets. First you have x plus 3, and then you have x minus 2, and then plus, this plus sign is very important. Why? It segregates the question into 2 parts. right? The first component and the second component. So those two components were segregated by this plus sign. So then I have 2 inside the bracket x squared plus 3. What I should do when I have this kind of question, I want to simplify the bracket separately, the first portion and the second portion. When I'm simplifying the brackets in the first portion, children, I don't look at the second part. I'm just focusing only the first two brackets, which I want to simplify the first portion of the question. X times x, x squared, x times negative 2, negative 2x, 3 times x, positive 3x, and 3 times negative 2, negative 6. Right? Now I use one bracket for all of them. And here I have the plus sign. Now my focus is only the second portion of the question. Now I'm not looking at the first part. Now I'm looking at the second part. The second part, I have a bracket, and in front of the bracket, I have a number. 2 times x squared, it is 2x squared. 2 times 3, 6. So then I have the second bracket component, right? Now I can simplify this, that here I have like terms. This gives me positive 1x, and I rewrite this x squared plus 1x minus 6, and positive times 2x squared. Here I have 2x squared, and positive times 6, it is positive 6. Now you might think why teacher was telling that the positive times 2x, positive times positive 6. By any chance, if you have the negative sign here in front of the bracket, or that if this is the negative that which segregates the question into two portions, it matters a lot, because when you have the negative sign in front of the bracket, you know, negative times 2x, it becomes negative 2x. Negative times 6, it becomes negative 6. That is why I purposely said that the positive times 2x and positive times 6. Then what I do, children, I write the like terms closer. X squared and 2x squared closer. So then 1x, that you don't have any other x terms, and negative 6 and positive 6. Now what happened? So negative 6 and positive 6, it gives me 0. So then I write 3x squared plus x. So then I want to double check. X times x squared, then the minus 2x, then the plus 3x, minus 6, that is done. Negative 2 and positive 3, it is positive 1, that is also done. Now I'm moving to the second part. 2 times x squared, 2x squared, 2 times 3, 6. So then I simplified the bracket x squared plus 1x minus 6 and sorry, plus 2x and plus 6. And then I wrote the like terms closely. X squared plus 2x squared, it is 3x squared, and I have only 1x. And then the negative 6 and positive 6, it is 0, right? So now you just see that how I will make it smaller, then you can see. So this is my answer script for this question, right? See how neat and that how clear it is. So then this is how you want to show your answers, that you put the question number correctly, write the equation marks nicely that in one line, and write your answers neatly and correctly like this, right? So then we can move to the second part. Before that, you can mark your answers. Children, now you can see that I have used wrong information from the question. Now you just see, that's what I told you. It is very important to select write down the correct one. In the question, it has x minus 3, that I have written that corrected version should be x minus 3, and then the x minus 2. Then you have the bridge, that is the plus sign, and we write 2 x squared plus 3. Now we'll see what happened now. You just see that a small error, that instead of negative, I have written positive. So the whole thing will be going wrong. So then we will do this one, x squared and minus 2x minus 3x and plus 4, and that is the first bracket. And the second bracket component, it is 2x squared plus 6. Now we'll see what happened. Negative 2x and negative 3x. So x times negative 2, negative 3 times x. So then this become negative 5x. So then I rewrite my question, x squared negative 5x positive 4, and then positive times 2x, positive 2x squared, and positive times positive, it is positive 6. Then I write the like terms closer, x squared plus 2x squared minus 5x plus 4 and plus 6. Now what are the like terms I have? Plus 4 and plus 6, it is plus 10. And x squared and 2x squared, that is 3x squared. Therefore, I conclude my answer 3x squared minus 5x plus 10. Now see that I got a totally different answer. So I'm going to double check x minus 3, x minus 2. Yeah, 2x squared plus 3. X times x squared. Then the negative 2x, negative 3x. Oh, again I have done a mistake. Right.
It should be minus, it
Yeah,
should be
Buddha.
plus 6.
Yeah, Buddha. It should be plus 6. It should be plus 6 here. So then here it should be plus 6. And here it should be 6 and 6. So then when I was double checking, I realized it, right? When I was double checking, I realized it. So then it is 12. Okay, then here it is also 12. That I want to double check. Negative 3 times 2. Negative, see, it should be positive 6. And 2x squared, 2 times 3, 6. Negative 2 and negative 3, it is negative 5. And x squared minus 5x plus 6. And the plus 6 and plus 6 becomes 12. Negative 5x is along. X squared plus 2x squared, that is 3x squared. Is this the answer you got, children?
Yes, miss.
Okay, great. So then that you can go through. I will show you the answers again. You can go through. If you don't have any doubts, we can move to the next one. Right. So then we will move to the next question. So then this is also from the same paper, Budhe, March 2022. You have the paper with you, March 2022 paper. So then the same thing, question number 4, right? So then we will see how we can write the answers. So then here, I put the question number here, Q4, like this. And then I write the Roman number 1, and I want to factorize. Here I have x squared minus 4. That is what they have given. The next step I write x squared minus 2 squared. Then I write x minus 2 and x plus 2. And most of the students, they ask the question that whether the order matters, whether you are writing x plus 2 first and the x minus 2 first. No. So then it doesn't matter. Normally, how I start from minus part, because in the question itself, I can see the negative sign. Therefore, I just write x minus 2 and x plus 2. But if you have practiced that the x plus 2 and x minus 2, no worries, you can write it like that. So then I will move to part 2. In part 2, part A, I have 2x squared minus 4x. Right? So then here, so this is how you factorize 2 times x times x. Then the next one you have 2 times x. 4x I expanded. Now you can see when you have something like this, 2 is common, right, for both of them. And this x is common for both of them. Therefore, what I do, I take 2x out. So here I write 2x out. And then what are remaining? Then x minus 2 is remaining. That if you want to double check whether your answer is correct, that you multiply and check back whether you get the same thing. So 2x times x, it is 2x squared, and 2x times negative 2, it is negative 4x. So that is done. So then I will move to the part B, and here I write 2 and part B. Okay. And then there you have x squared plus 5x plus 6. And you know how to get that. You get the factors of 6. 1 times 6 and 2 times 3. And out of this, I select this one. Why I select this one? Because 2 times 3, it gives me the last digit 6. And when I add 2 and 3, it gives me the middle 5. Therefore, I rewrite this question how? X squared plus 3x plus 2x plus 6, right? And I split 5x into two parts, 3x plus 2x. So then I have something like this. So then I have x plus 3 and plus 2 and x plus 3. So then the x plus 3 I wrote 2 times. Therefore, I write here x plus 3 and then I write x plus 2. Okay. So then I double check whether I did it correctly. X plus 3, then the plus 2 I take out. Then the x plus 3. Then I have this, and if you want that, you can quickly remultiply x times x squared, x times 2, 2x, and x times 3, 3x. Then it becomes 5x. 3 times 2, 6. Yeah, that is correct. And the next one, I'll move to the part 3. And part 3, the different school branches that you have learned this in different ways. But here I will explain the way I follow, right? So then you can, if you are familiar with your school teacher's method, you can do. But whatever the method you have learned from your school teachers, keep that in your mind. This is a paper from question from paper 2. If it is a question from paper 2, you want to show your steps, right? So what I do here, 6 times 15. So then when I have 6 times 15, I know it is 90. And then here I write 90. Then I get the factors of 90. Quickly I write down 1 times 90, and then 2 times 45, then 3 times 30, right? Then the 5 times, do I have 5 times? Yes, I have. It is 5 times 18, right? So then so you can take 6 times 15, right? 6 times 15, and that I have 9 times 10. I like this combination because in the middle I have -1. So then I like this combination. Now when you have 6 times -15, the answer is -90. To get the -90, you have two options. It is 10 times -9 or -10 times +9. So I prefer this option. Why I prefer that option, children? -10 times 9, it gives me -90, and -10 and +9, it gives me middle -1. Right? Now what I do, I write 6x squared, right? And I write 9x, and then -10x, and -15. Now you might think, why teacher didn't write 10 first, and that either way it works, but I thought that the 6 and 9s are multiples of 3, and 10 and 15 are multiple of 5. So either way you can decide. So now here that what I do, I pair them, and the 6 and 9, that 3 is common, and 3x I get out. So then here 2x plus 3. Then I take +5 out. So then it gives me 2x. No, I want to get the negative 5 here. Otherwise, it doesn't work. It should be negative. So then here 2x plus 3. Now 2x plus 3 I wrote 2 times. So then the outside the bracket I have 3x minus 5 and 2x plus 3. I want to double check. Positive 9 and negative 9. And first of all, I want to double check whether I wrote the question correctly. 6x squared minus x minus 15, right? That is done. Then 6 times negative 15, it is negative 9. The option that I have different options. Out of that, I selected 9 and 10. So then I can write either 10 times negative 9 or negative 10 times 9. So negative 10 and 9, it gives me the negative 90 and also negative 1, which is in the middle, negative 1x. So then I wrote positive 9x, negative 10, and I segregated 3 times 2x, 6x squared, 3x times 3, 9x. I take negative 5 out, negative 5 times 2, negative 10x, negative 5 times 3, negative 15, that is done. Then 3x minus 5 outside the bracket, 2x plus 3 inside the two brackets. So then I will show you my answers again. Now you just see how I have done. So this is my answer script. If you can see, so this is my answer script. I have shown all the possible steps. So no one can say that I don't know the theory. I have shown everything and you just see how many minutes I spend. Now here I have to spend more time because I was explaining. But when you are doing it on the exam day, you are not explaining to anyone. You are just writing it. So then you can do faster than this, that if you really have a good practice on these kind of questions. Now I'll give you time. You can check whether you have got the same answers, or else we'll see whether I also have done something else, whether I have done something wrong or not. Okay, we'll see.